Okay, um, I want everybody to excuse me on this video because I'm going with my first thoughts. I'm not. I've thought about this some, but I haven't really actually sat down and tried to work it out. So I'm gonna use your brains to help work this out. The comments and responses that come from this will help me actually form my opinion on it, because what it is, uh, Stick 187 asked a question that makes a lot of sense, except for one thing, that it doesn't. We're not able to tie the two together. He said, "Why do teachers? Why do preachers make more money than teachers?" Okay, if we look at the number of preachers in the world versus the number of teachers, teachers might make more money than we think. The fact is, there are a lot of them, and this, I think, we could take preachers and equate them to professional athletes and entertainers, because preachers, whether you believe what they are, the ideas they bring or not, they are paid for one simple reason. Okay, and this is when you talk about how much they make, their salaries. They're paid based on how much money they bring in, how much money they generate for the organization, the building, the people, whatever your church. If you were a pro athlete, if you potentially bring in millions of people by yourself, they will pay you more money. They don't pay professional athletes to win like people think they pay them to win. This is why when someone goes, here's your example. Do you think that Michael Vick, coming out of jail, could or could not still produce on the football field? Would he still be able to win games? It's not that they pay him to win football games. They pay him to fill the seats in the stands. They pay him to get people to buy the merchandise. They pay him to sell season tickets. That's what they pay you for. That's why I hate in schools when they manipulate. I know in my private school, they manipulate the athletes. They use you as the athlete when people come, that when potential when they have a fundraiser, they'll have you as the athlete talk to them. People coming in and thinking about donating money, they bring the athletes, and sometimes now they use most schools use their student body officers, and you go and talk to people when they show up. You're the spokesperson, but they were using us, the athletes, because I think because the person was interested, in football. Let me think about it for a second before I run my mouth. Whatever. It was Jerry Jones. Okay. Um, Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys. I get called over to meet him as a benefit to me, or to show him what we have to offer in terms of football. I mean, it's because we're trying to get him to buy us a new gym floor and a practice gym. Um, this this was the person that did this was a priest. He was a priest, the rector of my school, which is like a principal of a private school. It was him that came up with the ideas, but he covered. He was a good man, a wonderful man. Uh, he had he had different ways of doing stuff. He would try to. I didn't understand and didn't like the stuff that he did back then. He would try to, pit me against other black people because he wanted me to be an example. He knew I was loud and I was vocal, so it was like he was gonna have me. You try to use me to control the other black people in the school, which we only had maybe 20 at any one time. And it was like, okay, you want to do that, but what do I benefit from that? Nothing. So I didn't go along with it. I mean, I didn't understand that, why, when we did, things would happen. Like, we ended up having a black table, a table where only black people could sit at. And when we did it, we got in trouble for it. And we only did it because the seniors had a table, and it was like understood that it was a seniors table. Well, a couple of my friends that happen to be black asked me to sit there. When I sit with them, the other seniors got mad and said, well, you know what, you're not a senior. Yeah, but they said I could sit here, it's cool. Well, for them it wasn't cool, so I had to get up. So they left, and we came over there and we said, well, now we got a black table. Okay, you can discriminate based on, according to the school, you can discriminate based on, I don't know what you call it, classmanship, or what, what year you were born, what grade you're in, but you can't discriminate based on race. So basically, they had to break up the senior table and everything. I mean, it was a big deal. But they first tried to get me to get the people at the black table to stop, because they felt like it happened because I started it. I didn't start it. I didn't say nothing. I just said, well, if I can't sit here, I just won't sit here. And it was the guys that were seniors that just came to sit with me. They were like, well, we'll go over here. We'll all leave. If he got to leave, then we leaving too, because that's stupid. But what was I talking about? We're talking about filling seats. That's what we're talking about. So, do the teachers fill the seats at the school? No, the kids have to go. So it's not the same situation. If you gave people choice on what school they want to go to, what teachers they want to have, if you gave them choice, then you could look at that situation. You could look at doing that. I mean, I don't know. It's, to me, equate, like, you can't take teachers and preachers and put them in the same boat. They do some of the same things. They help teach us, but see how this works. I need y'all to comment on the stuff that I said. Run it back if you didn't get all of it. The main thing is, I think that teachers are different. They're not going to get paid fairly. We can't look to them because of the importance of their job. Importance, money-wise, today is what makes more money. If you make more money for someone, then you are important. So teachers that help students get higher scores, I guess they would get more money. But it's not much anyway. So I don't know. How would we do it? What kind of private school situation could you set up that would allow for higher pay for the teachers? How could you have it a pay for production basis? I mean, would you pay them based on how well the students did, how much improvement certain students had, or their delivery, their message, their style? I think that every school should have at least one teacher that's on television doing their lesson, so that homeschool children could see what's going on in schools, so that parents could see. They should have a school reality show. Now, true enough, hopefully kids would act more decent in that situation, but they should have school reality shows in the classroom where we can see what the teachers are teaching and be able, in some cases, to learn from them. But that way, teachers could get paid more money. So, talk to me. Answer, respond to Stick 187's video. I'm trying to work this out in my head. I don't know. He asked the question, and I hate when I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this stuff, and it's like, when I don't have an opinion, look at how much I have to say when I don't have an opinion. Just imagine what'll happen when I do. Just think about what I said. Go back, watch it again. Give some kind of comment as to the how do we balance the two? How should we be looking at it? Preachers, teachers, money, who's paying, how much they making? What is the basis? If we set up our own new world, our own new government, would we pay teachers more? That's the good question.